Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Agnes at manncandoit.com. Today I've got another review for you, and this time I'm reviewing Aquacare 6 Pro Expert Water Flosser. This is by Brown and it's a very well-known Oral-B brand, and I love Oral-B because I have been using Oral-B electric toothbrushes for years now, and I love the brand. I think it has really nailed down its dental technology and it's the best on the market. They have spent millions on R&D, so they really do know what they're doing. And I must say, this is a really good device, and I managed to buy it off the Amazon for $59.99 during the Black Friday deal. It is a little bit more expensive and the price does fluctuate. It's not to say that you won't be able to get it at $59.99 anymore. I will link in the description below for you to have a look, and perhaps once you click on it, it will still show $59.99, but I cannot guarantee this because the price may vary depending on the season. So yes, I want to tell you about my experience of using it and all the other things like cleaning, the battery life, the capacity modes, and everything else that I thought about this water flosser. Now, I have been reviewing water flosser for a while now, and this is not the first one that I'm using. I have previously reviewed Panasonic, Philips and Waterpik, and this was supposed to be my second water flosser that I will review. However, when it arrived and I unboxed it, the first thing that's happened after first floss that I've used it, I managed to break it. So when I was opening it, at the bottom there is a little lever that you need to shift in order for this to release and open, and I had to return it back to Amazon. After which I realized that when I was trying to reorder it, the price went up significantly, so I had to hold on to it and wait for the price to go back again to $59.99 so I could order it, because you can imagine buying 4 water flossers did cost me a lot of money, so I was trying to just hold on to it and wait for the time when the price went down. This is why I managed to actually get it just about 3 weeks ago, and as soon as it arrived I was ready to kind of start testing it. So yes, I tested it for 2 weeks because every single water flosser I was testing for 2 weeks, and this is just so I could kind of see whether that made any difference. So previously that one I was using Waterpik, which was really good, and this one equally was very good, although I must say not just as good as Waterpik. In terms of the rating, I want to give the rating now. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars because although it's a really good and affordable device, I still felt like it did not quite reach the pressure that the Waterpik did. However, I may be a little bit too early because I will be testing this a little bit later in the video and I'll show you. And the test that I always perform with every water flosser is that I brush my teeth. After brushing my teeth, I run my water flosser over my teeth, and then I test it with a manual flosser. And the manual flosser then shows me whether the water flosser managed to remove all the debris from my teeth, and I would see whether there will be any residual left. And if there is any, obviously that means that this water flosser does not quite reach where it needs to be. And the reason that I am using even water flosser, because not many people think, why do I need a water flosser? I mean, if I have a manual flosser, it should be fine, and if I don't use one, who cares, right? It is because brushing alone is not enough. You do have to support brushing with a flosser because your teeth sit so close together that the spaces in between of them, some people have very close together teeth, like my teeth are really close together, and most of the people's will have their teeth very close together. It is important to reach into every single space, because where you can't reach, that's where bacteria is going to get to. That will lead to tooth decay or even problems with your gums, which can cause receding gums and your teeth eventually falling out, which obviously you do want to avoid. So I do recommend you use water flosser, and I am pretty sure every dentist you're going to meet will tell you that brushing alone is not enough. You should support it with at least manual water flossers if you can't afford electronic water flosser, and if you can afford electronic water flosser, even better, because this really does clean better than the manual water flosser, and they do claim to remove up to half time more of debris to what the manual flosser does. In terms of capacity, this little container here, which you can remove by just pressing on the little lever, don't kind of be gentle with it, because if you don't kind of get the way it works, you can easily break it. This little thing is very easy to break, and this is why also I'm kind of rating a 4 out of 5 stars, because you know, it did break for me first time around, but Amazon is brilliant when it comes to replacing things like that. So this little container holds 145 ml of water. It's not a lot, and I did find myself topping it up at least once. And if I wanted to go with it even more thoroughly or do a little bit longer floss, then I did have to top it up 3 times. So there are 6 cleaning modes in total. There is intense, medium and sensitive. And plus you have the option to change that little thing into either focus or rotational option, which in total gives you 6 cleaning modes. Plus you have the on-demand option, which means that similarly to Philips water flosser, where you could only actually use on-demand option, this will gives you on-demand option as well, which Waterpik and Panasonic wouldn't. But it is an option to kind of, they recommend to use it with the braces. So if you have braces, that is probably the best option for you to go for. It also have 3 adjustable water intensities to get the sensitive, medium or intense clean you want, and 2 water streams, focus or rotational. So this is what I was talking about, and also with the intense clean. This also has what they called Oxyjet technology, which is when the water enriched with microbubbles of air helps to improve your gum health. So it does not actually claim to clean your teeth 50% better or anything like that, which previous water flossers did put on their boxes that this is what it claimed to do. So I'm not sure whether they've never tested it that way or whether they just not stated it. In the box you found that you had a, obviously, water flosser. It had 2 of the heads, exactly same looking ones, just one had different color of the topping. So perhaps if you had 2 people using that, you could each use one of the heads. And the charger looks like this. It's a 2-pin plug charger, and you just stand that on the charger. It's rather wobbly, so you just have to put it on like, you know, flat surface to make sure that it doesn't wobble. It charges pretty quick. I think it took about 3 to 4 hours to charge. I did not actually manage to see when the lights changed to when it showed me that it's no longer charging. I think it was just constantly showing that it's charging, which I think, like with the other Oral-B products, they just want you to leave it on the charger every time you're not using it, so it just kind of stays charged. But I don't think this is kind of necessary, and I only charge it once it goes off. And for the 2 weeks that I've been using it, I've not charged it once. So each time I've used it, it lasted me about 40-50 seconds. So say for 1.5 minutes that I've been using it every single day, it lasted me till now without needing to recharge it. So I hope it's not going to die while I'm testing it, because that would be a pity, because I would have to recharge it and test it again later. So I've done my brush. Now I'm going to be using the water flosser. So first of all, let me top it up with the water. So I recommend you use lukewarm water, just because it feels less sensitive on the teeth then. So let me just show you how this works really. First of all, I will just put it on as sensitive. So first I'm going to select sensitive mode. And I'm going to now switch it over to that little option, which in here you will see that this wheel is spinning a lot. And what it does, it provides kind of wider range of motion. And then you go medium and intense. And I'm going to just show you how the Mann one looked. So at the back here, I will just show you how this little wheel spins. I don't know whether you can see it very well. I wanted to show you how to clean this device. So as I mentioned before, there is a little lever here at the bottom. So if you press that lever, it will let you release this. You empty it every time you finish. Make sure you wipe it dry all around this part, and also the part inside as much as you can. Obviously you can't get rid of everything inside because it's quite tight space to get into. And then once you finish, put it back in. And what I like to do is to leave this little thing open just to make sure that the rest of the water can evaporate while you're not using it. So that way it prevents the mold building up inside and perhaps prolongs the life of your water flosser. So let me just top it up. And I have tried all 4 modes, and the best mode for me to use is the intense one, and I've always been using that on the intense mode. And I do actually like both modes, however I find that the rotary one for some reason feels like it is a little bit more powerful. So I always use on the rotary mode as opposed to the flat stream. So I'm going to now go ahead and floss my teeth on the intense mode. So you could hear that I need to top it up now. There you go. I'm just going to get rid of the last bits of water and clean it. What I do like about the cordless design and the one without the container is that it's so little and compact, you can just fit it right next to the other brushes that you have, and it does not take too much space. So what I need to do now is to test how this water flosser really worked. So after 2 weeks of using it, which is when I was only using brush plus the water flossing, I'm going to use now manual flosser to see how well the water flosser actually removed the debris from my teeth. So before I've used water flosser, I always used to use this kind of manual flosser from Oral-B as well, and I'll just take about this much of a flosser and I'm going to go ahead and floss my teeth. So pretty much done a good job. I did have tiny bit of debris left in the bottom of my teeth. For some reason this is always the area that I managed to dig out some more dirt, and using Waterpik I have not had digged out anything, and using this after 2 weeks of not using the Waterpik or the manual flosser, I have found a tiny bit of debris left. Anyway, after flossing I like to also always go with Listerine, because I think that, you know, to complete your good oral care routine you do need to use Listerine. Cheers! So I've done my testing and it all turns out to be that this water flosser is a really good one, and it has managed to remove pretty much all of the debris from my teeth, which is obviously proving that this is a really good floss to use. So I would definitely recommend you getting Oral-B. It is an affordable water flosser, which is a really good alternative to home dental care. Next time you visit a dentist, do ask them which one would they recommend. Obviously, dentists could work with the brands to recommend it because they also sell the products, but I am telling you from the heart, I'm telling you my honest review. I have used this product for 2 weeks and I'm not paid for any of the brands that I've used, so this is a really good brand. Definitely I would recommend you getting it. For $59.99 you really are getting a good deal here. It would definitely enhance your oral care, and I'm pretty sure next time you visit a dentist after using this for a while, they will be impressed at what they see, because it really does improve your gums and it really does make your gums stronger, and I'm pretty sure your dentist will be able to confirm this for you. That's it guys, I hope you did enjoy this review. I was trying to be as honest as possible, and I'm not paid for any of the brands that I'm reviewing here, so I really hope you find this informative and helpful. If you have any questions, please don't forget to ask in the comments below, and I would love you to subscribe to my channel if you are interested in oral care and any other things that I'm posting on my channel. I post twice a week at least, so if you're looking forward to see any of the next content, and please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and also press the little bell to be notified when the next video comes up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.